Winston Churchill, a name remembered as one of the greatest leaders of the 20th century. As the Prime Minister of Britain during World War II, he was known for his fiery speeches and unshakable determination. But before that, there was an extraordinary story, almost forgotten, an adventure that forged the steely resolve of a leader. This is the story of how a young Churchill bravely and cleverly escaped from a prisoner of war camp. At the end of the 19th century, Britain was at war in South Africa against the Boers, descendants of the Dutch who had long settled there. The Boer War was no ordinary war. It was a brutal conflict in which British forces faced fierce resistance from Boer fighters who knew the terrain inside and out. Amidst this war, a young man named Winston Churchill arrived in South Africa, not as a soldier, but as a war correspondent for the Morning Post, a British newspaper. However, luck was not always on his side. On November 15, 1899, while traveling with British forces, Churchill's convoy was ambushed by Boer troops. In the chaos of gunfire, many British soldiers were killed or captured. Unarmed, Churchill tried to help his comrades, but he was eventually captured himself. Churchill was taken to a prisoner camp in Pretoria, the Boer capital. This was more than just a prison, it was a heavily guarded fortress, surrounded by high walls and armed guards. Any prisoner attempting to escape would face execution. But Churchill was not one to give up easily. Behind bars, he began devising his plan. Observing the guards' patrol patterns and security weaknesses, he eventually identified a small opening, a chance to escape. Along with 2 other prisoners, he planned a high-risk breakout. On a dark night, Churchill slipped away while the guards were distracted. Carefully, he made his way past the barbed wire fence and ran into the darkness. However, in the confusion, he became separated from his 2 companions. Now, he was alone, with no map, no food, and only a small amount of money in his pocket. For days, he hid in the wilderness, walking hundreds of kilometers through scorching deserts by day and freezing temperatures by night. Every distant sound could mean Boer soldiers searching for him. Without food or water, he grew weaker, but his determination never wavered. After several days on the run, Churchill found a glimmer of hope. He spotted a house near a railway line and, taking a bold risk, knocked on the door. The owner was John Howard, a British railway worker sympathetic to Churchill's plight. Howard hid him for several days, provided him with food, and eventually helped Churchill sneak onto a train heading toward British-controlled territory. After a long and perilous journey, Churchill finally reached safety. News of his escape spread rapidly, making him a national hero. In Britain, he was celebrated as a brave and daring figure. This newfound fame propelled him into the world of politics. This incredible experience taught Churchill valuable lessons in leadership, resilience, and courage in the face of adversity. He learned that even in the most difficult situations, a leader must remain calm and think clearly. It was a lesson he would carry throughout his life, until he ultimately led Britain through World War II. From a prisoner of war to the Prime Minister of Britain, Winston Churchill's story is proof that true leaders are not born in comfort, but forged through trials and challenges. Want to hear more incredible historical stories like this? Don't forget to follow Secrets of World History, because history is filled with inspiring stories that have shaped our world today.